All right, rest holds over with a little stretch there, and we're going to
Yeah.
continue on do the mailbag questions that you guys had sent in. We got three people that sent in a couple different questions, so let's go one by one and knock those out. Sent in from Joshua Ellis. We have one question from Josh. If you had to be stranded on an island with another panel member, who would it be and why? I said Drew because he would be able to spot the nearest red lobster and get us off the island. Drew, who would want to be the person that you would want to spend on the island?
Well, I was gonna say Miguel at first because he always had food with him, but then I wouldn't want to do that myself. So I went with Sean because he always, for some reason, has food and drinks with him, even though they're alcohol. It's better than nothing.
Peyton, who would you want to be trapped on an island with?
Man, that's a tough choice. I mean, if I had Drew there with me, maybe his sister would come and visit
Shut
us.
the fuck up.
If I had Sean there, Sean's going to be getting robot legs pretty soon, which would probably come in handy. I don't think Wago would provide anything of value. I don't think, honestly, Tony, I don't even know if you would. I
Probably
think you
not.
might provide some good conversation, but I don't need conversation. I need valuable stuff.
You're like, so
Hmm.
this sucks, huh? Want to make some stupid memes and stupid ass jokes about nothing?
I guess I would bring Time Cow so I can make some time burgers.
And some time milk to go
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, there we go.
At least it would pass the time. That's what you would get with me. Wago, who you want to be trapped with on an island with?
Who weighs the most on this podcast?
Who does weigh the most?
Well,
Probably me.
I weigh the less, so you know that.
Okay,
Peyton or Sean, maybe?
yeah, whoever's gonna like make the most meals out of. So
Who would you guys want to be trapped on an island with out of all the regulars on this podcast? I want to know. Leave those comments. We have two questions from Awesome Piano Man. One of them is, what is one of your favorite quotes? Mine is, the best use of your life is to so live your life that the use of your life outlives your life. It took me so long to figure out what the hell that meant after I had to keep reading it over and over again.
It's deep.
Um,
Steep.
I have a couple. I actually have a whole big list of quotes that I've kept over the years, so I just picked out a couple of them that I really like a lot. One of them is from 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's at the very end, only in the book, not in the movie. It says, "Then he waited, marshaling his thoughts and brooding over his still untested powers. For though he was master of the world, he was not quite sure what to do next, but he would think of something." And I love that because that's something that shows no matter how awesome you are or how shitty you are, whatever, there's a chance that you can think of something to do next. You can be master of the whole world and you go, all right, well, what do I do now? And you'll think of something. There's another one from Jeb Dickerson. No idea who that is, but great quote. Releasing the pressure, it's good for the teapot and the water. I've used that a lot of times when I've been upset about stuff. Another one is everybody wants happiness, nobody wants pain, but you can't have a rainbow without a little rain. I like that. I have three other ones that I liked a lot that were a little bit more obscure. One is from Carl Sagan, another space kind of thing. If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe. I'll let you dwell on that a little bit. One is from the movie Stranger Than Fiction, very underrated movie. A tree doesn't think it's a tree, it is a tree. And then there's one that I'm not even sure what the hell it means, but that's what I love about it, from Nietzsche. I have forgotten my umbrella.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche?
Nietzsche.
There you go. From Nietzsche. I have forgotten my umbrella. And something just makes that so peculiar and just piques my interest a whole lot. I love it. Apparently it was in one of his notes and there's not much else to go by it. So what did he mean? Was it raining outside and he forgot his umbrella and he was just pissed one day? Does it mean, something more philosophical? I don't know. What do you guys think? What are some of your favorite quotes? Drew?
All right, so I got a couple here. This is from one of my coworkers before he left for Texas. It's a simple fuck it, which means you go into a situation, you go fuck it, and that means like you just do it. You don't care about the consequences, just fuck it. All right. Sounds it has worked and it has not worked. So yep, there's that. We got and we also got At Least I Got Chicken from Leroy Jenkins. That is a very popular one. I live by that one today. Hey, at the end of the day, no matter what you do, I look at it as this, hey, at least I got blank. I could just throw that in there. But a serious one our attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards us. Earl Nightingale. That's just something I've lived by. Just a good attitude means that life will most likely, most of the time at least, give you good attitude, good vibes back. And fuck, I think that's it. Fuck it.
I think I'm putting one to good use. Peyton, any good quotes that you particularly like?
I can mull around for a while, and I could probably come up with about 20 quotes that I can throw in there, but 2 of them come to mind right away that I always apply in everyday life. One of them, I've only recently actually been repeating to myself more, but it's definitely come in handy, and I don't know if I could directly say who the source of it is, but I know where a lot of you people would have most recently heard it was during some of Bray Wyatt's promos. Yeah, I'm actually going to take something out of a Bray Wyatt promo. Wolves do not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. And that simply means don't give a fuck about someone's opinion when their opinion doesn't matter. Another one I am going to pull from the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, one of my favorite movies of all time. A movie where they actually quote Nietzsche in it. That's actually why I know how to properly pronounce his name. But it is constantly talking is not necessarily communicating, which means if you're going to say something, make sure it's worth saying.
And Wago, any quotes that you really like?
You're about as useful as a retard trying to fuck a doorknob.
Where's that from?
Dodgeball from Patches.
Yeah.
It's from Nietzsche, too. He was having a dark day that day. Another question from Awesome Piano Man. Unless you had any other ones, do you, Wago?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. What is the best looking Money in the Bank briefcase? If you could design one, what would it look like? I love this year's gold one. I think that's perfect. So I wouldn't do anything else other than that. I love that. Drew?
Yeah, I do like the gold one they did as well. I think I know Peyton doesn't really like it, but I liked it. It would be between that one or maybe the first Money in the Bank briefcase where it was just straight up it was a briefcase that was like blackish that Edge had. I thought those two, if you're going to pick one, it had to be one of those two. I don't know if they need like the logo on it. I think in most cases people would be able to recognize what it is in wrestling terms without it, but I like the one they have now and the first one.
Peyton, what's your favorite Money in the Bank? Or if they haven't done it yet, what would you design it?
I can tell you, majority of the last number of years, I have not liked ever since they started giving it that like candy coating, and I don't like the logo they put on there either. I actually liked when they had the black ones and they would put the wrestler's logo on it after they won it. I always thought that was kind of neat. But as far as a base design, I would say my favorite one of all time would be Damien Sandow's, that really executive leather one. I thought that looked great. I thought that would be something. I think that's something that they should use constantly.
And Wago?
My favorite one was Rob Van Dam's. That thing looked fucking sweet. The whole airbrush design on it, I'm in favor of personalizing them to the wrestler.
Go along with the title that they win afterward?
Pardon?
Personalize it like go along with the title that they're going to win right afterward, too?
Like
we
the
have
logo.
those title
No,
belts.
personalize it to the wrestler and their gimmick and stuff. Like RVD had the airbrush design, Damien Sandow had it leather.
Oh, they should do that with Seth Rollins, where it should be half gold and half black.
And all angry.
And have a cat on the back.
Yes.
By the way, guys, Angry Hungry Seth Rollins cat, it's a thing now. Go to WWE.com or go to the Mega Maniacs group where Peyton broke the news to us. And we have 3 questions from Andre Rosa. Number 1, what would you want your last words to be when you die? Mine is unquote, because I always thought it would be really interesting if you started off and somebody said quote and unquote and that kind of thing. Obviously, my first word was not quote, because I didn't think of that until like I was 22 or something like that. Apple is not a very good way to end when you start off with Apple, so who knows what it'll end up being. Probably, oh my god, this fucking hurts or something. But unquote's the only thing I could think of that would be entertaining or something of the sort. Drew, what do you want your last words to be?
I'm like, son, I need you to know that I fucked your... and then die.
Peyton?
I'm not one person who particularly likes to plan anything involving my death. I don't like to think of like what the best scenario to die is, because there's no good scenario to die. And I'm not going to try to play what my last words are, because if I had to guess, I don't think I'm going to see my death coming. I don't think I'm going to have the prediction of being able to say something before I die. I think it's just going to come and I'm going to be dead. And whatever I said before is just going to be consequential to that.
Be like, About like 6:30.
Well, if you get trapped on that island with me, it's going to be, ow, what's this stabbing pain?
Oigo, what's your last words going to be if you can plan it?
I couldn't think of last words as much as I'd like to be like telling a really compelling story or telling a really funny joke, and as I'm about to get to the best part, I just clonk out.
I think all of our last words should be, come closer.
Yeah.
Come closer.
There is another sky.
Or I could actually, hang on. I want two. Can I have two? Can I just throw out just another one if
Yeah,
I get the
two
opportunity
last
to? Yeah.
You die and then you come back. They resuscitate you and you go, oh, one more thing.
Drew Crew.
No. I'm like, damn it. I was like, it was gonna be like, Mr. Gotta
Come closer. I want you to watch TNA. Really? No. Die.
Die the first time. They're like, oh, he's officially pronounced dead. They resuscitate you. You come back, you're like, that was a life. And then
Well, that was a death.
Question 2 from Andre Rosa. Do you think ghosts exist? And if you were a ghost, who would you want to haunt? And I mentioned this a little bit earlier with the psychic thing with Mick Foley. I'm a little bit on the fence about ghosts. I've never seen anything personally. I've heard a lot of strange stories from a lot of different people. And I've heard my name called out one time when I know that it wasn't anybody else in the house with me and all that other kind of stuff.
Skype on?
No, it was before I even had a computer that was working. So, I've seen some weird stuff like that, but I've never seen a ghost. So to me, I can't ever fully back the idea of a ghost existing. But you never know. And if for some reason ghosts are out there and I could haunt people, I wouldn't really want to. I'd rather stick around with my family. But if I could just do it for the fun of it, what I had written down in the post on the website was I'd like to go to a mall. Because if I'm just hanging around the food court of the mall, imagine how many people I could scare in one shot. Just floating in the fucking food court. I used to be a mall rat, so that'd be kind of cool. Drew, do you think ghosts exist? And if you ever became a ghost, who would you haunt?
I'm on the fence about ghosts. I've never really seen anything, but I've
Just gonna repeat mine again.
Nah. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I've heard some things. I remember younger people would tell ghost stories, and hey, look, a garage door is opening under me. It's a ghost. Woo! But seriously, just to
I'm
be
glad
straight-
you said seriously. For a second, I thought there was a legitimate ghost.
You heard it here, guys. The first proof of ghosts.
This is, if you hear the things growing up, and you it's just something that I'd heard of. I just don't know if I really would believe it. But if I were a ghost and I had to haunt anyone, I would definitely haunt my 7th grade math teacher because she was a fucking bitch, and I would just make her life a living hell like she made out pre-algebra a living hell for me.
Peyton, what do you think about ghosts?
Ghosts absolutely do exist, but not in the traditional sense that I'm sure this person is asking the question of. I am a firm believer in the cycling of energies, and all the energies that make up the body that we have now came from somewhere, and they're going to go somewhere after we die. So that's my stance on that. But let's go into this world where, boo, ghosts exist. If I was a ghost like that, I would say the place that I would hang out to haunt would be a haunted house. And I don't mean like, ooh, that's a scary abandoned house. I mean like a carnival haunted house. So when you have those jokers walking through, there's like, all this stuff looks so fake. And then I'll pop out, and then they'll get really scared and run out.
Pop out and do the noise that you do when you're trying
that
to...
noise, I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with that ghost? He's got Down syndrome?
when you're trying to like entertain a little child and... That's the noise of fucking Alicia Fox's theme.
No, that's boop, 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 boop.
That is a good idea, though. Take the piss out of all the people that are like, oh, I'm a tough guy.
A big guy.
Yeah, all the ridebacks out there. Wago, what do you think about ghosts?
I don't have any evidence to dismiss it, and there's a lot of people that seem to believe in it, so I'm not going to go flat out and say they don't exist, but I'm highly skeptical. And if I was a ghost, I'd haunt every world leader just to fuck with them so everyone thinks they're crazy. Or more crazy.
Even like the countries that don't really matter.
Yeah, totally.
That you'd forget it and they'd be like, oh, everybody else saw these ghosts and I didn't. What's wrong with Guam, man? And our final question from Andre Rosa. Hypothetically, your mom and your girlfriend's souls have switched bodies, and the only way to switch them back is to have sex with one of them. Which one do you choose? It's a lose-lose situation in my book. I don't even know if I would have an answer to that. Drew?
Well, either way, you're gonna need some counseling after that. LOL. But seriously,
Oh, I thought that was your answer.
well, you could just like stick it in your girlfriend and just for a second, and then it switches. I mean, if that makes the most sense. I mean, it's weird no matter what. So there's not a way to get around this.
Oh, you're saying in your girlfriend. Which one is that?
Oh,
That's the girlfriend
body,
and the mom body or
the body with the mom in it. Just for a quick second, just a quick in out, as one might say.
Peyton?
Why not both?
That's a good one. Lego?
Give me a chloroform rag. I'll knock out the girlfriend's body. Therefore, it's unconscious, and it's closer to necrophilia than it is incest, which I'm way more comfortable with.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that would classify as date rape.
Wow. Well, at least I wouldn't know about it.
So you would just date rape your mom.
And your girlfriend at the same time.
I don't know what's worse.
Either way, you're going to lose. This is a horrible situation for
Okay,
you.
Who comes up with these questions?
Yeah, is this the same guy that asked us, like, the last time we vomited or shit ourselves? Or
I don't think that was Andre that time. I think that was Josh.
the fuck is wrong with you people?
They listen to our show. That's what's wrong with them.
We talk about hungry cat wrestlers, not fucking doing our moms. Jesus.
Oh, God. Well, another fun edition of the monthly mailbag. The next one that we're going to do is going to be on the live edition of Smack Talk, which is coming August 9th, which is, or August 8th. Now I'm drawing a blank. Saturday, whatever the day that is. We're going to be doing that live edition, and it's Saturday the 9th. I was right. You guys will be able to call in and ask us the questions, so catch us off guard and stuff, too. It's 8 p.m. Saturday, August 9th. Summer Block Party 2 is the next mailbag thing, and now we're going to move on to the main event of this edition of Smack Talk. Superstar scores Santino Marella.